Happy New Year's Eve, fellow Facebook friends, family, everyone. It's Saturday, New Year's Eve, 2016. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the East Coast. 3 more hours before the new year kicks in upon us. So, wanted to visit with you for a few short minutes. It was not my intention to be on Facebook Live tonight. However, I got an idea yesterday that inspired me to, be on with you tonight. And I was like, I feel like it would be a good idea for me to be on Facebook Live and, connect with everyone if people are still out. If not, that's all good. You'll get this information or content when you're available or when you see it. So I wanted to share with you. Hi. I'm seeing some people joining here. So, hey, Alex, how's it going? Um, what I want to share is, since, we're very, very close to the new year, we're literally, in on the East Coast, 3 hours away from the new year. I wanted to share some tips with you on how you can create and achieve goals. And I know, every year we always think about New Year's resolution and all that stuff. And I will say I don't buy into that. I feel like you can accomplish any goal at any point during the whole year. It doesn't have to necessarily be on New Year's Eve like everyone does. I'm not a big, proponent of that, if you will. But the new year for me, I look at it as an opportunity to look at a new beginning, a fresh start, and see what we want to create from there. Hey, Alex, Happy New Year. So yeah, so I believe if you have a goal, you can achieve it at any point in the year. It doesn't necessarily have to start in January. It could be at any point in life, right? So that's my personal opinion, but I'm just saying. A lot of people like focus on creating new goals and objectives for themselves for the new year, which is cool. It's all good. So, I've been doing a lot of reading, and I came across this quote by Abraham Lincoln, and he said, "The best way to predict your future is to create it." And I absolutely agree with that 100%. The way you create your own future, how you want it to look, is by you creating it and having a vision of what that looks like for you. So there are some tips I want to share with you. Some of them you may already know, which is cool, but I figured, for some reason I just felt inspired and compelled to be online live tonight. So I'm here for you guys, and I love you guys for sure. So, and I'm looking forward to an amazing 2017. So, first thing I want to share is the first tip is you want to have, as you're creating your goals, you want to be clear with the end in mind, or begin with the end in mind. So look at what is it that you want to create. So by the end of 2017, when we're sitting on December 31st, 2017, what do you want to have seen for yourself created for that year? So begin with the end in mind. Okay, so what do you really want to create for yourself? I look at the whole year, even like a whole month, as an opportunity. It's like a month where, or a year where I can do anything and everything. Really, I get to say what I want to do for the year, like really, as I'm creating it. So hey Ron, how's it going? So that's how I look at it. So begin with the end in mind. Okay, so that's important. The other thing that I will share with you, another tip, is you have to be really clear on what is important to you. So if being healthy is not important to you, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's fine. If writing a book is not important to you, that's fine. You don't have to go with the flow like everyone else goes with the flow and says, "Oh, I want to lose weight. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, whatever." Like, that's fine. Whatever that looks like for you. I'm here to say, you have to be really in tune with what is important to you. So if health is important to you, make it happen, dude, or dudette, or whatever, right? So if it's not, fine. If writing a book is important for you, make sure you get that done. So be really like connected with that, like what is so important to you that you want to achieve for yourself. Okay, so that's tip number two. The third thing is, whenever you set a goal, whatever that goal looks like, you know, they talk about, like, even I went to grad school, right? So they talk about SMART goals, and even like if you go to seminars and stuff, everyone talks about these SMART goals, right? So I'm gonna break it down for you. What is SMART? What is a SMART goal? So when you create your own goals for 2017, you know what you want to create. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. So a SMART goal, you know, if you break it down, it's an acronym, SMART, right? So S is specific. You want your goal to be specific, significant, and stretching, okay? So look at it. Is it specific enough? You know, you don't want to generalize and say, I want to lose weight. Well, if you want to lose weight, like, you want to be specific. You know, do you want to lose 10 pounds? Do you want to have a 10% lean body mass? Like, what does that look like, right? So you want to be specific. And what I like about the S piece, which is stretching, every year I ask myself, what can I do this year that would get me way outside of my comfort zone? For me, 2016, I did a fitness competition in June, and that was way outside my comfort zone, to be real, okay? And like super outside my comfort zone. But I did it because I was committed to really stepping in, and really doing something different. Like every year I do one or two things that are way outside my comfort zone because I want to grow as a person, and I have to become a person to be that I have to be that person who actually will achieve that goal, right? So it's a journey, right? So make it like challenging, right? I miss you too, Olivia. Thank you. Yeah, so you know, look at that, right? So specific. You want your goal to be specific, significant. Does it matter to you? Like, is it important to you? And is it stretching? Will it take you outside your comfort zone? Will you grow from that goal? Okay. Now the M, SMART. The M. You want your goal to be measurable. You want it to be meaningful, and you want it to be motivational, right? So that's self-explanatory, right? So that's the M. The A, part of SMART, is, you know, you have to look at, is this goal attainable? Is it agreed upon? Do you even agree about doing it? Is it achievable, and is it action oriented? So guys, I will tell you this, like, you can have all these ideas, but if you don't take action, nothing is going to happen. If you hope to be something or whatever, ain't happening. I hate to be the person who bursts your bubble, but really, if you don't take action in anything, nothing is gonna happen. So you just gotta like step it up and take action, okay? So, and that's what I love about the A piece, right? So take action, right? Whatever that action looks like. It may feel uncomfortable. You may not want to do it. Trust me, you know, I didn't want to do a lot of stuff. I actually didn't even want to be, I hate to say, I didn't want to be on Facebook Live with no makeup tonight, you know, but I'm here because I just felt compelled and felt like I had to be here for some reason. So I'm here. So feelings to the side. Just take action, okay? I'm just saying that, okay? The R piece, realistic. You want your goal to be realistic, rewarding, results oriented, right? It's all about the results at the end of the day. Like, what are you really looking to achieve? Ties back into what we said earlier about, you know, begin with the end in mind. What do you want to achieve? You know, make sure that you're very clear on that. And the T part of the SMART is it has to be time-based, time bound, timely, tangible, and trackable. So yeah, you have to set up a timeline for it, right? Like, when do you want to achieve this goal by? So if you want to lose 10 pounds, by when? If you want to write a book, by when? If you want to be in a relationship, by when? You have to be really clear by when. If you say someday, first of all, for people who talk about someday is not even on the calendar, okay? It's not, hey Francisco, it's not on there's no day, there's no someday on the calendar. You have Monday through Sunday, okay? Someday is not, I'm sorry, Monday through Sunday. Someday is not there, okay? So just don't say someday I'll do this, because it ain't gonna happen, okay? You have to be really clear by when. Set up a specific date. And if you don't meet that timeline, it's okay. You just go back, don't beat yourself up. Just go back and say, okay, what did I miss? What did I, where did I miss the boat on? Could I have done better to achieve it, right? So never beat yourself up, okay? Just never, don't do that, okay? Because it's so counterproductive. You're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to beat yourself up for no reason, right? It's pointless, right? So that's the SMART goal, right? So those are those tips, okay? The other thing I also want to share with you is every year I have a theme for the year, right? So this year, 2016, for me the theme was transformation. And I'm really clear. I feel personally that I've transformed in a lot of different areas of my life, and a lot of the goals that I set for myself at the end of 2015, I actually accomplished in 2016. I will say that there were quite a few goals I did not achieve in 2016, and that's okay. I know why I didn't achieve them. I'm very clear on why I didn't achieve them, and I'm learning from that in looking at that as an opportunity to take it to the next level for 2017. So I'm not beating myself up about it. I'm really just clear about that, okay? So my theme for 2017, and I declared it on Facebook, but I will share it on this video, is my declaration for 2017 that it's the year of endless possibilities. And what that means and what that looks like for me, and it's not just for me, it's for me and everyone who's in my circle, right? So it's a year for 2017 to be an epic year for me. It'll be the year of endless possibilities, and also the year of exponential growth. And that's something that I really committed to this is what I'm committed to for 2017, that I'm creating exponential growth for myself and for others, and for me to be to have that year of endless possibilities. So that's what I'm creating, okay? So that's what I'm looking at for 2017 for myself, and also for my peeps, because I care about my peeps, so that's that. And one thing I will share with you, tying really into the tips, creating goals and stuff like that, is anytime you set a goal for yourself, you want to ask yourself if you're really committed to that goal. Or if it's just something that it's an idea in your head and you want to do it just because it sounds like it's something you should do, or whatever the deal is. So you want to be clear on that. Like, are you committed? Because if you're not committed to achieving that goal, you're not going to achieve it. You're just not, And if you look back and reflect on, what you did this year or in previous years, ask yourself the question, was I committed to achieving that goal? And if the answer was no, then there you go. If the answer was yes, then I will challenge you and say, well, I don't think it's possible, because if you're committed to achieving something, that means commitment for me means you do whatever it takes to get there, right? That's how I feel. And so if you say you were committed, then you ask yourself this other question, well, did I do whatever it took to get me to what I wanted to achieve? And if the answer is still no, then you may want to speculate on what you missed, because I don't know what you missed, right? So just something to consider, okay? You want your goals to be really, really simple, because if you overcomplicate it and you put 20 or 100 different things to do, you're not going to do it, okay? It's just not possible. I mean, there's a certain number of hours in a day. Let me take this back. I can't say it's not possible. Everything is possible, right? It's just what you want to do, what you want to create for yourself, right? But what I'm saying is, you want to be really clear on, making it simple, because when it's simple, you'll do it. If it's complicated, you're going to avoid it, really, So just simplify it. Even if it's a task or a goal that's not attractive or whatever, or it's complicated, ask yourself, how can I simplify this? How can I make it fun? Like for me, if things are not fun, if I don't incorporate fun into it, most likely I'm not going to do it. I'm just not, right? So I have to look for a different angle, if you will. Like, how can I make it simple? How can I make it fun? That's why I actually get to do stuff, right? And how I really create momentum and create stuff, right? So keep it simple, keep it fun, keep it interesting, and that type of stuff. The other thing I will share with you is that whatever results you create and produce for yourself, you at the end, first of all, whatever you create or don't create, whatever decisions you take or indecisions that you take, whether you take an action or not, that's still a decision, one way or the other. You're responsible, okay? So no one is responsible for your results. You are responsible for your own results, okay? So whether you achieved something that was awesome, you're responsible. If you did something and it sucked, you're responsible, okay? It's not other people's fault. It's not like, don't, like, if you go in the whole blame game, it's just not cool, because it's not other people's fault. You have to take charge and take responsibility and say, you know what, I'm in control of my life. I'm responsible for my life, and what is it that I have done better or whatever, right? So I'm here to say that to you, okay? So you're responsible and you're in control, because if you take that out of the equation, then you become a victim, okay? And then when you become a victim, it's going to be everyone else, and you don't achieve anything because you're being a victim. Hey, Daniel, Happy New Year. Thank you. Wishing you a very Happy New Year as well. Thank you. Yeah, so you're in control of your life, right? So take charge. You're responsible. You're in control. Focus on that. And really, if people did stuff that was not to your favor, I mean, or it was not like cool or whatever, that happens, you're responsible on how you feel about it, and you're responsible for your emotions about it, okay? So, so I ask myself, when people do things that are not to my taste, okay, and for whatever reason, I'm responsible for how I feel, and I'm responsible for how I respond to that. I'm not going to let that affect me on what I'm committed to. Again, I ask myself, what am I committed to? What do I want to achieve here? And if that happened and it's not aligned with where I'm going, then I'm just going to put it to the side and focus on what's important, okay? Because again, focus on what's important, right? So that's really how, that's how I live my life. I really focus on what's important, okay? So that's that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as like some of the tips. One final thing I will say is you want to be clear on your targets, and it goes back to the clarity piece. Like, what do you want to achieve per month, what your targets are? I ask myself this question. I even put it on my calendar because I'm a visual person, so I write things down. I journal a lot. I do a lot of gratitude. I have a gratitude journal that I use. I'm very much connected with that, and I always remind myself with all these things. But one of the questions I write down on my calendar is, what level of the game am I playing today? Every single day, I ask myself, from a scale of 1 to 10, what level of the game of life, or whatever game I'm playing for that day, what level is it going to be on? Is it going to be a 1 or is it going to be a 10, okay? And if it's going to be a 10, what does that look like, okay, from playing this game of life, right? Or playing the game of fitness, going out to the gym, or eating healthy, or writing, or whatever that is, right? And at the end of the day, I evaluate myself and I say, okay, what did I achieve for the day? I reflect. I reflect a lot. I do a lot of reflection and a lot of introspection. And I do that because, for me, it gives me an opportunity to learn, and it gives me an opportunity to connect with myself, and also reflect on what I could have done better, or how I could have added more value, or whatever the case is. So I do a lot of that. So I ask myself, what level of the game am I playing? With my fitness, with my spirituality, with my relationships, with, you want to look at all the different areas of life, with fun, all that stuff, like what level of the game, right? And if I score myself a 6 or 7 or whatever, and I'm okay with it, that's cool. Like, that's fine. If I'm like ambitious and I want it to be a 10, then I look at the gap. What was missing from it being a 10? What could I have done better for it to be a 10? If that makes sense. Am I making sense, guys? I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm talking, and and I see some of you guys hopping on. So yeah. So I mean, that's like something I do, and I wanted to share that. So, the most important piece. Oh my God, I almost forgot. Okay. Very, very important is you have to celebrate. Celebrate every single win. If you do not celebrate, it's gonna be like, I don't know, like it's sucks. Like, it's like you beat yourself up and there's no momentum there. But every little thing that you do, even if it's so trivial, celebrate it. Because the more you celebrate it, the more you'll be like, yes, I did this. That really actually what will happen is it'll boost your confidence and it'll boost your self-esteem. You'll be more confident. You'll be more, I don't know. It just creates a lot of good stuff for you when you celebrate. So any little thing, even if you just like did cardio for 20 minutes and you wanted to do 30 minutes, it's okay. That's fine. You did 20 minutes. You could have done 0, but you did 20. That's awesome. So celebrate that. You know what I mean? And I'm using that as an example because, starting tomorrow, everyone is going to be at the gym, right? And the gym's going to be jam-packed and no one's going to be able to work out. No, I'm kidding. You will still work out. But, that's really what happens on the first day of the year. Every January 1st, the first 2-3 weeks, everyone is like at the gym working out. And then the real people who actually like take, fitness all year round are the ones who stay there the whole year. But the ones who just like are your seasonal New Year resolution peeps, they're the ones who kind of like come and join us. So let's keep them inspired. Let's help them, continue the course and not just like be there for 2-3 weeks, if you know what I mean, right? So celebrate. Okay, so celebrate every little thing. If you intended to write a book, reverse engineer that and say, okay, for me to publish a book, how many chapters do I have to write in that book? Create a plan and then break it down. Okay, so per month, how many words or whatever do I need to have or have to create for that month? And then from there, reverse engineer. How does that break down in a day? It could be that you might require 30 minutes a day, not even 7 days a week, possibly even 5 days a week to write a book. I don't know what that book looks like for you, but I'm just saying. I've written a couple of books and I'm working on my 3rd and 4th books for 2017. So I'm sharing this with you, right? So, reverse engineer and be committed to that. So write down, okay, for 30 minutes a day, I'm going to write no matter what. And make sure that no one interrupts you in that 30 minutes, if it's 30 minutes or if it's an hour. And one thing I will share with you that one of my, college, my graduate professors shared with me. He said, his name is Stan. So Stan said to us in our one of our lectures, he was like, every day, if you take an activity for 10 minutes and you do it every day for 10 minutes consistently over the course of 1 year, it will be a massive result. So he gave an example. He said, if you want to write 10 minutes a day, every single day for 365 days in the whole year. And then by the end of the year, voila, you have a book. There you go, right? And it only took you 10 minutes a day. The challenge is, although it's very, very simple, what makes that challenging is actually being disciplined enough to really do it, right? That's how simple it is, right? And sometimes our brains don't think that way. Our brains think in complex ways. At least my brain thinks in complex ways. I don't like, my automatic brain is not simple in a sense. I have to like simplify stuff for it to like work, if you will. So yeah, if you want to write a book, 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, commit to 10, 15 minutes a day. Set a timer and be like, okay, I'm just going to write for 10 minutes. That's it. And then don't let anyone interrupt you with that at all. Okay, so just like focus on that. And then over the course of a month, you'll have a chapter maybe, or maybe 2 chapters, or maybe half a chapter, whatever that looks like. Over the course of a year, it'll be a full book. There you go. If you want to expedite that, then you may want to like increase the amount. So if you want to have a book launched by June, then you may want to say instead of 10 minutes or 15 minutes a day, you may want to do 30 minutes a day. Or break it down however you want to break it down, whatever makes sense for you and your schedule and your life. Okay, so that's what's important. Okay, so that is that from, that piece. So celebrate, okay? And I'm going to stress celebration because that was missing for me for many, many years where I achieved goals, and when I achieved my goals, I was not celebrating them, and then I just felt so unfulfilled and felt depressed that I was like, because I was always looking for more. I wasn't looking for the stuff that I achieved. I was always looking for what I didn't achieve. You know what I mean? Like, I always look at, like, that's like stupid, right? I mean, I'm just sharing this because it really happened, right? And it really got me, I felt down. Like, really, I felt felt like crap. Like I felt like I didn't do much, but I was accomplishing so much, but I didn't see it because I was only focused on what I didn't achieve, if that makes sense. So just be gentle with yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, just be nice, be gentle with yourself, and recognize every single effort that you do is really tied to something bigger. So, and you're very welcome, Sherry. I love you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so just celebrate that, because that was so missing for me for 2 years. Actually, more than that. I literally started celebrating my achievements, like, I want to say the end of 2014, going into 2015. Like, I remember, like, this time last year, I was, like, absolutely celebrating all of my goals. And that really shifted a lot of stuff for me in creating 2016 as a year, right? And I'm doing the same thing now for 2017, okay? So celebrate everything, everything, everything. Like, I don't know how to stress it enough. I'm saying it so much right now. You know, even celebrate time with your friends, like, or your family, or any little thing you do, just celebrate it. Just be with it, celebrate it, acknowledge it. Thank yourself for creating the time to do it, because your other option was not doing it at all. That was the other option, okay? But you chose to. There was something inside you that said, I want to do it, and you did it. So acknowledge yourself, thank yourself that you did it, okay? So with that, I don't know what else I want to say. The one final thing, I have like a list of stuff that I wrote here. One thing is, I do believe that when you create your future and you create your own destiny, it is determined by your decisions, not by your conditions, okay? Because it's very easy for us to, you know, cop out and say, oh, we have all these circumstances and all these things going on. Guess what? We all do. We all have, like, a lot of junk going on every single day now, including me. Trust me. A lot of, not cool stuff going on. But I'm not focused on that. I'm really focused on my decisions and what I'm committed to. I'm not focused on the circumstances, and I'm not focused on the conditions of where things are. It's just put the conditions on the side, recognize them. I'm not saying ignore them, just recognize them, put them to the side, and just focus on your commitment and focus on your decision. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's really, like, where I'm coming from. And then finally, I hope, oh, okay, so I'm on Benjamin Hardy's mailing list, and there is an article that he wrote about George Lucas and J.K. Rowling on how they plan their goals, and I thought the article was super insightful, so I will post it in the comment section of this video. So I will, as soon as I'm done with the video, I'll just post it on there for you guys to check out. Very, very insightful. He talks about how George Lucas, who created the Star Wars series, how he wasn't thinking about the year in front of him. He was a visionary and long-term thinker. He was thinking about 5 years ahead of him, and how he created the Star Wars series, and how he focused on, you know, he began with the end in mind, right? And he also looked at, you know, this is what I want happening, and this is what I want to create. But he didn't look at it only from a 1 year perspective. He looked at it more like from a 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, long-term planning situation, right? Same thing with J.K. Rowling, okay? So I will share that article here in the comment section of this video, so you can check it out and get inspired, gain some insights from it, and all that stuff. So with that, yeah, I mean, with that, thank you so much for being with me on this Facebook Live. Again, it's such an honor and privilege to be with you guys on New Year's Eve. You know, Rocket 2017 is our year, so let's make it happen. Let's lock arms. Let's get it done. Let's take action. Let's focus on our results. I love you guys from the bottom and the center of my heart. Thank you for being with me, and if you have any questions, just post it in the comments, and namaste. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Thank you.